All right guys, so I've had ownership of my FL5 for a little over a year now. Christmas is just around the corner. It's roughly about 2.5 weeks away. And I was thinking, what should I do for Christmas vlog? So I was shifting through a lot of my vlogs, and I came up with this build sheet that I've done over the year here. It's quite extensive, and then, you know, Christmas is the time of giving. So I was thinking through this list, maybe you can give yourself something for your FL5 for Christmas. Hopefully I can help with that. So let's go through this list one by one, and I've included all the pricing to help you guys out. So let's go. Okay, so I was thinking we were going to start with the outside. So for a year and a half, I waited for the Spoon Sports crane neck carbon fiber wing. That wing came in at a whopping $39.30. So when you buy your FL5, the first thing you want to do is probably, you should, is protect your car on the outside. Don't worry about the window tint yet. Protect it first, because you want it to look pristine. And I covered mine, everything, head to toe, all the black trim, blacked out the roof with a Lumar paint protection film, and that came in at roughly about $5,500. And then after that, you probably want to tint it, and that'll cost you, depends on what style you want to go with. Of course, I went with ceramic film. So I went with the Lumar Straddle series, the top of the line, and that'll come in at $1,100. All right, you guys, so then up next, I think this is probably the most impactful mod that you can do on your FL5 or any vehicle that you want to mod out, is picking out the right wheel. So this year I went with the Advan GT Premiums in Umber Bronze. These are the God specs, which are 18 by 10 plus 40. So those are not a catalog size, so you have to custom order them. So if you see them, God specs, 18 by 10 plus 40, grab them because they are discontinued. Or the Advan GT Premiums are discontinued in general. So if you have them or you see them available, you want them, grab them because they are being replaced by the Advan GT Beyonds, okay? So these wheels come in at a whopping $4,800. Yeah, so in this build I ran without center caps with the GTR. I think they look so much nicer on the TEs. But this one I wanted to go with center caps, and I went with the red center caps from Advan Racing, and those come in at $230. So I wanted to match with just the right set of lug nuts. The Spoon ones in the box, I didn't think they were the right ones, but once I put them on to the wheel and I mounted them, premium. So those lug nuts for the whole set comes in $260. So when you go online and order them, they'll show individuals, but they'll come in a whole full box, so don't worry about that. Okay, and this year we went with Yokohama wheels. We went with the 8009s. I can't remember the size, but they are at $1,600 for the 4. All right, guys, let's move inside the interior. Let's talk about what I've done. I've done the steering wheel, but as you can see, I went back to stock, but I'll explain that to you guys later. So originally I went with the Spoon Sports steering wheel. That's a $500. You'll need the relocating kit. That is another $675. I did the quick release too, but I forgot to put that in here. And I think that was like another $800 or something like that. But when you put the quick release, the buttons are it was a little too far away for my likings. That's the reason why we went back to the stock. I like the stock feel. So let's move next. This, I wanted a full-on dedicated reclinable bucket seat. They're just that much better than stock. And we went with the Bridge Japan E-Derb seat and rails. So the seats came for a pair is $6,800. And you'll need the Brid rails so yeah, you can mount them. And that came in with $640 for the pair. That doesn't include all the stuff that the fabrication and the bracket that for the seat occupancy sensors and stuff like that. So that didn't include all that yet. Okay, guys? Okay, so up next with the interior, we went with the Acuity Short Shifter Stage 2 kit, and that is $458. And then under the pedal, we did the relocate kit, and that's $140. And then we went with the shift knob, which I ended up giving away in one of my giveaways, and that was $240. Thank you, Acuity, for sponsoring that. All right, moving on next. Under the dash, we went with the Honda Mini Pro, and that was $795, not including jailbreak. Jailbreak is another extra cost on that. I can't remember. And I think that's it for the interior. All right, so one of the simplest mods that I did, at first I didn't think it was going to look very good, but it turned out, I think it looks fantastic, is the Mugen visors, and that came in at $300. Yeah, it looks pretty good, because without it, I don't know, the car looked kind of a little naked, huh? Very nice touch. Okay, for all you ballers out there that love Spoon Sports and want to burn some money in your pocket, we're for a whopping $140 and $50 for the matching one on the inside, you can get the Spoon Sports rear view mirrors. Burn your money. Okay, so we're on the Spoon Sports gravy train. For $655, you can get the yellow or red valve cover, but the plaque is not included. And then if you want to spend another $585, you can get this beautiful carbon fiber, yes, real carbon fiber spark plug cover from Spoon Sports. It doesn't say Spoon on the top, but it says Spoon on the bottom. I have to admit, I am a Spoon fanboy, and I forgot to include the radiator cap, the oil cap, the stock, and I don't know what the prices are, I forgot, but I am a fanboy. All right, so next on the list is the Acuity Instruments reverse flow radiator hoses, and you can get those on their website at $285, and they do look nice, better than the rubber hoses. Look nice, perform nice too. Okay, so for the intake system, I went all out. I didn't go get no PRL. Nothing wrong with PRL, but yeah. So we went with the Eventuri Baller carbon fiber intake box and inlet tube. So let's pull this up here. The intake here is $765, and the intake here is actually not bad compared to the inlet pipe. It is a $1,645 burn in your pocket. Yeah. All right, come on, you guys. I see the comments online, and every time somebody asks, oh, what's a good intake? All you guys always say is PRL, and come on, tell me this is not a beautiful intake. If somebody's gonna give it to you and say, would you want one of these or a PRL? Come on, don't tell me you're not gonna take one of these. Don't lie to me, come on, you guys. Don't lie to yourself, okay? It's so beautiful. So underneath the engine bay, we had to do some weight reduction, but just right now, it's just the standard batteries back in for winter. But I did have an anti-gravity battery in here, and that was $700 for the proper size one. Yeah. Under the engine bay here, I didn't want to go overkill and then started buying everything just titanium, everything carbon fiber. So just little step by step, little things that just matter to me at the moment, like all these Chasing J's. And of course, Chasing J's is probably the most beautiful titanium I've ever seen. Like hands down for hardware, Chasing J's is just, I don't know, I've never seen any other beautiful craftsmanship or the way they just handle their titanium. I don't know what other company out there is that good, you guys. So with all the titanium bits underneath here and underneath the car, I would say roughly about $500, give or take. Yeah. All right, you guys, so just to finish it all off underneath the engine, to control the engine, we went with a variable tune, and that was $250, and I think that was on sale at the time. So get things that are on sale. Okay, so let's move on with the bottom of the car. We went with the Spoon Sports rigid collar just to uniform the whole chassis and the subframe all together, just give it that more sporty feel. That's even if you can feel it. I didn't know the difference, but apparently when you combine with everything else that we've done, it's a noticeable difference compound. So that came in at $400. And you guys, a lot of the stuff that I've just pulled, the numbers that I've got is strictly straight offline. So it's not something where, oh, I can get a better deal here, or, oh, that's, so there might be a little bit of discrepancy, but this is straight from offline of what, that's how I got all these numbers, okay? To basically put everything all together so that it's one uniform unit, we went with these Cusco power braces, and that's one in the rear, the sway bar, the middle bar, and one in the front. The power braces, there's 240, 160, 240, and $374 is for the whole set of the Cusco power braces and sway bar. To control some of the dampening in the front of the engine, we went with the Hasport lower motor mount. I can't remember exactly what the stiffening, I can't remember, you guys, but that motor mount was pretty cheap. That was $180. So the most noticeable thing here is the exhaust system, and we probably went with one of the most expensive exhaust systems for the FL5 on the market, and that is the R1 Titan 3-tip exhaust. I know they have a 2-tip, and the only thing that I think we made a mistake on was originally I really wanted one resonator, and that will pretty much mimic the Type S. I think the Type S has a better sounding exhaust than the FL5. The FL5 is because they have 2 resonators and it just muffles everything. When we ordered this one, for some reason it showed up with two resonators, but we have plans in the future. It will change the whole note of the system, and I think it was going to hit the sweet spot. I was told that 2 things that we should change up, and it will change the whole sound of this exhaust system. So look forward for that exhaust system change. And I think you guys are going to be really happy with it, hopefully anyways. So stay tuned for that. So don't forget, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, you guys. Turn on the notification, and there's a lot more to come. It doesn't look like there's much to this car, but there's a lot more to come, you guys. So stay tuned for that, okay? So last but not least, I think this is the most impactful mod that I did on this car, and they look so nice, made the car look that much better. It squats. This car is proportionally looks so nice now. It's so fat, so low. The car is fat from factory, and it's that much, the hips are that much wider when you lower the vehicle. And we went with, of course, RSR Best I, lowering coilovers. Not springs, coilovers, you guys, and it's probably the best out there. It doesn't affect the active dampening system or anything. It incorporates plug and play. So yeah, so that rounds off the whole list. Let's go to the front and let's go over the list, you guys. All right, so the R1 Titan exhaust system is $5,800, and the RSR Best I coilover system is $3,000. So I'm going to tally up everything that it's been done so far on the FL5 with everything listed. The grand total, I missed a couple of things anyways, but anyways, the grand total is $36,637 whopping dollars at the time of recording. And I got all these prices from online, and this doesn't include all my sponsorships. And I am very thankful for all the people that actually, and all the companies that jumped in and helped me out with this build, because without them, this would just not happen. Thank you, Acuity Instruments, Invision Auto Imports, and of course, the Tin Studio, our biggest supporter of this channel. Yeah, you guys, I didn't think, I just added up just a quick tally. That doesn't include the amount of film that we did on the car. So that's another like $6,000, including window film and the windshield protection. That's another $6,000 that I didn't. So that would have put us over $40,000 US into this car, not including the car. So let me know in the comments. I know some of you guys are gonna say, Fun, you didn't have to go with the Venturi, or you're overpaying for this and that. I understand that, but you pop every every hood right now, I'm gonna pick on PRL because it seems like PRL is the most common parts you can get. So every time you pop this hood, you're gonna see the PRL intake. And I didn't want to be a cookie cutter, and good for PRL. They released it fast and they captured the market from a business point of view. That is like smart business. Did they do the research? I don't know. From the feedback that I get from you guys, it's like, it sounds great, it performs great, but that just wasn't what I was looking for in this build. Yeah, so be ready to spend some money and burn a deep hole in your pocket if you get into this build. And I know there's some guys that already put in probably at least 80 to 100 grand, I would have to say, some of the builds that I've seen online. So there are some wild builds out there, and we're just tapping into it right now with this build list. So hope you guys enjoy the vlog. Happy Christmas shopping for yourself, and go treat yourself to something nice for your FL5. We'll see you guys in the next week's vlog, and much love. See you guys. See ya.